having too much casual sex? Yes, that's the topic for today. Hello, my beautiful subscribers. Rasa is here, and today we're going to be talking about casual sex. Yes, that's exactly what I said, casual sex. And of course, we're going to relate it into our dancing scene. Now, you're wondering why? Why this is the subject? Well, listen, I'm exposed to a lot of it going on around me, and there's a lot that I've been told, and it's just crazy when I think about it, about the whole situation, what is happening. So I thought it would be nice to have a video where we can have a casual conversation. Get it? Casual sex, casual conversation. Anyway, we can have a conversation about this because it's not about the judgment per se. I don't think it's about the judgment. I think that maybe sometimes it's good to pause and think about what does it do, how it's good or bad, and just to be aware of what we're doing and what's happening around us, and just to have a little bit more of a conversation within ourselves. Maybe there will be some points that I bring up and it will, it'll make you think about something. And maybe also you guys that are watching will have some nice constructive feedback as well to all of us. So let's talk about casual sex on the dance floor. All right, so the first point I really want to bring up is the fact that I'm an in-betweener in terms of what I think about it. I think to each is their own in general. I think people are different. People come from different places. People have different urges. So to each their own. If people are being smart and safe and if they know what they're doing, if they're aware of things, I truly believe that in general to each their own. So I'm not a person who condemns people, but I do feel like a lot of it is happening without other people thinking what they're doing. So they will get themselves in a situation and they just think, oh yeah, 21st century, I'll just do it. And, they think this because they're so free and, they're not tied up to all kinds of rules and regulations. And they just do what they want, when they want, and they live in the moment and they're just following the urges, and why not? And I think that's a lot of the times an illusion. They don't have hard conversations with themselves, why exactly they feel the way they feel. And I know for a fact that there's some group of people that actually really, truly are doing the right thing by themselves. Like, it's the same like in porn. You have some women who clearly are, mentally, they're suffering and they choose this profession. But I know for a fact that there's some women that actually truly found their purpose in life. And I think it's great, and I think it's great. So I think it's really like to just condemn and say that it's wrong. I don't think that's necessarily a good idea. You can always say it's maybe not for me. It's not something I would do. But to condemn it and say it's wrong and how dare they and how awful it is, I think is difficult. It goes case by case basis. Now, if you are involved in many casual, sexy activities in the dancing environment, you must know then that everybody knows. Like, we know who you are. And we know who you did it with. And this is not just a woman thing. It's a man thing too. Like, men are just as big at it as women. I mean, men cannot do it without women and women cannot do it without men. You know what I mean? So this goes both ways. This is not one or the other that should or shouldn't do. And it happens quite equally now between, both. That seek out. But everybody knows who you are. Like, if you think you have some secrets, everybody talks. You're going to tell one person and everybody will know. You might not tell one person, but the person you slept with will tell one person and everybody knows. Everybody tells everybody their business. I know. And I don't even get involved in that kind of communication. And I still know everybody who did whatever with whomever. Like, I know. Call me. I know. So I think it's very important to understand that in that moment when you're doing it, you might be just having fun and you don't think much of it, but it accumulates. If you do that, without thinking quite often, it accumulates. And whether it's right or wrong, we build an opinion. And if you ever want to be taken a little bit more serious by a woman or a guy, it's not a good track record. I mean, it's normal. Everybody's doing it. But if you do it every Congress with random people, I mean, do I want to be dating a man who I know every Congress he goes, he leaves his DNA? No, I do not. It does not show the character that I need for a stable relationship, And also it's different because when you're young, I would understand it, right? You in your 20s and you are, exploring. But if you're a grown man and you're still doing it so casually and so that everybody knows, I mean, that's just sloppy and just, it doesn't show any restrained character and it's not characteristics I would be looking for in a man. But it's the same for women. I mean, if you just, every Congress you go, there's another man in your bed, unless that's all you want from your life, it's really hard to recover from that when everybody knows. So I think in general, you're free to do whatever you want. And maybe you will find somebody who doesn't care about any of this. And that's great. But if you are thinking about a bigger picture, I think this is something you should think about. I think also it's very important sometimes to reflect and think, am I a person who really has higher sex drive for whatever hormonal things? And that's absolutely normal. Or do I have some sort of unresolved issues within myself? And I'm trying to fill it with having casual sex with strangers. You all right? So there's, again, if you have a high sex drive and, you really want it and need it, then you will have more of it. It's normal. It's natural, And I don't think anything's wrong with that. It's just maybe, would be good to choose carefully. Vet your partners before you do it. That's all I'm saying. Because you don't know who they were with, what they carry, and what's their personality. Are they going to be spreading rumors and stuff, right? So it's just a good idea to just at least have a conversation with them that is a bit more meaningful to know where they stand. But it's normal if you have a higher sex drive. But a lot of the times people would say that it's because they love sex and they want it all the time. But actually, there's a lot of unresolved issues mentally. So I think it's very important to every man and woman, if you reflect and you look back and how many absolutely casual, crazy nights you would have with people, strangers, that you didn't maybe even enjoy. And was that a choice based on you really wanted it? Or was that a choice because you needed somebody close, or you needed attention, or there was something missing in you that you needed to fill up? And of course, I'm not an expert in psychology, but I'm assuming that could be the case as well. And what happens is if you don't resolve those issues, you might end up having some regrets and you might actually feel a little bit icky after a while doing it, right? So that's, I think, is a very important point, is to reflect back at yourself and think, why am I doing this? And if the answer is like, actually, I'm actually okay. I never cry, after the casual sex. I never expect them to call. I actually feel rejuvenated and I got what I needed and I'm stronger in the world for it, then everything is okay. But if the other things are true, like I do expect to still have conversations with that person and then they don't, and then I feel bad. Or I do, it's, if there's other things and you can't just, and you don't feel like it's just great, then there might be other issues why you're doing it, and maybe you should do it less. Oh my God, in this video, I just feel like I sounded like Mother Teresa, I swear. Guys, I am no Mother Teresa. And as I say, to each their own, and you do what you want to do. But the reason I made this video is because it's happening so much, and it's happening between young people and so many other people. And it happens all over, in your face, behind your back, all the time. And I just thought, as a service, I will have this conversation with you just to make sure that we actually acknowledge that it's happening. Because with the dancing scene, it can get a bit confusing. We naturally dance close. We stay together and we are intimate and we share so much and we laugh. And so it can get a bit confusing. In general, the whole environment is calling for the next step. And so we sometimes might not realize that this is just dancing, and we need to sometimes take a step back and look at what's going on and whether it's the right thing for us. And that's why I made this video. Now it is your time to tell me in the comments what you think. I think it's an interesting conversation, and I'm dying to know what my audience actually thinks about the subject and the things that I've said. Be blunt, I'm not gonna get upset, I promise, and just let me know what you think. And now guys, I'm gonna leave you here with other videos about the dance floor. Make sure you check them out. And of course, if you watched this till the end, subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Mwah!